Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for mid-September 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Libra, and we are going to see what is going on for you in general this month in this first row here. Then in your second row, we're going to look at anything you need to know, anything unexpected that could be coming in for you as well here in this row. And then in your next row, we're going to look at any of the good stuff that could be coming in for you. You're like the third person that has had that inheritance card. So that's interesting to me for sure. So there could be, might not be an inheritance. It might just be something that you've kind of been waiting for that's coming in for you. We'll look into it in a minute. In your last row, we are going to look at 5 main themes. And you're like the third person that has had that carrot card as well, which is super interesting. But we're going to look at the 5 main themes that you could be dealing with this month. On top of that, we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, of course. Really, it's like yes, no, maybe. And for the people that don't like it, guess what? You can skip it. There you go. In your first row here, you have this moon card. It says, you will be guided through the darkness. I'm also very interesting that the 2 pillars from the moon show up on the death card here. And the death card, the 2 pillars from the moon, and then the sun is coming up between those 2 pillars. So there could be a great deal of clarity coming in for you at this time. I also feel that there's work. For some of you, moons in tarot specifically, I realize this is an oracle card, but in tarot, to me, they kind of represent something that needs to be grounded in reality because they kind of represent just illusions pretty much on any card that a moon shows up on in the tarot. It's not always true, but for the most part, it kind of represents some sort of illusion or just thinking about something that you want to create but need to ground in reality. And that's kind of what I feel here because your first card is the 2 of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, which I feel like is you, and the Death card. The 2 of Pentacles is kind of like work hard, play hard, but it can kind of represent indecision. And in that top row, even though it's in the area of the good stuff, you do have the 8 of Swords showing up. So 8 of Swords can represent only seeing one way of doing things. I talk about this, I'm sure you're all ready to puke because I talk about it so much that, really I believe we're in a time of third place solutions where it's like if you're trying to accomplish anything, it's like, if you get advice from a person, it's like probably their advice might not necessarily work. Your ideas might not necessarily work, but it's like somewhere in the middle, or maybe just some crazy other idea that you have for getting something to work is what's going to work for you. So I encourage people to look for these third place solutions. Again, we are going to find these in out of the place areas. Again, I think we all have to go on kind of adventures right now, but these could be adventures of learning. These could just be us kind of, crossing, not necessarily boundaries, but going places we've never been before. This could be mentally, physically, could be experiences, could be, pushing ourselves to our limits, could be anything. But I feel like doing that is where we will get everything that we want. So, I definitely encourage you to push your limits here. You have the Queen of Swords. I feel you at least see things clearly. Very interesting that pretty much every single sign, I'm almost positive, has had the Queen of Swords this month, which is interesting because it's Mercury retrograde. But I do feel that sometimes retrogrades can bring in a lot of clarity. This retrograde is in your sign as well, which is interesting. So, it could actually be a time of great clarity. And again, it makes sense to me because it's like if you're revisiting something from the past or if you're thinking of some ideas, it really can be a great time to kind of go breathe new life into old ideas, and you can gain a lot of clarity under retrograde. We redo things during retrogrades, and the reason is for clarity. You also have the Death card. Like I said, the 2 pillars from the moon are right here, and the sun is coming up between those 2 pillars. There's a lot of imagery on the Death card, but this guy here, he kind of looks like a pope. He almost looks like the Hierophant, and he can represent knowledge. He's like begging and pleading for his life, but, on the Death card, he's begging that Death Rider not to, cause some sort of ending to a belief or something along those lines. But look at this. If we go Death, Strength, 8 of Swords, it's almost as if holding on to a belief or holding on to a certain way of doing things is the thing that could be keeping you stuck. So, I would definitely open up to other ways of doing things in your life. It's also interesting to me that a lot of people this month have had these cards of kind of overcoming obstacles, and you have this ladder card at the end, definitely a card of overcoming an obstacle. So, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of answers during this retrograde. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Strength card. You have the Strength card twice in your reading. So Strength is kind of a card of working on something every single day. Strength, this lion kind of represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner whatever you want to call it. And she understands that she has to make her inner critic submit to her every single day. So she puts the work in to do that. And then going this direction, Nine of Wands says, do not give up. The solution I find with the Nine of Wands is to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So again, whatever you're trying to accomplish, doesn't matter. It could be love, business, health, spirituality, or otherwise. I feel like that Nine of Wands is saying, throw stuff at the wall, try everything and see what works. Here you go. Queen of Swords, Empress. Definitely glow up vibes coming in for you. If you're dealing with a Leo, by the way, I do feel like there could be a lot of love here. There's definitely like a fire sign in your energy. I feel like this is probably a new person coming in for you because they're showing up in like the future position. So I would say that there could be a new person who finds you very attractive, or you find them very attractive as well, I'm sure. But this is also a great card for abundance. And you have a lot of harvest cards here. You have that carrots card. You have this grapes card as well, which is a card of kind of like harvesting or having a harvest. Definitely could be a lot of abundance coming in for you. With the death card, you have the devil. Again, I would end, I really just feel like this is saying don't get stuck. I mean, I don't feel traditional devil energy on this card. I feel it's saying don't get stuck in your beliefs. Like if you think like, oh, this business has to work this way, or I have to lose weight and fix my health this way. I feel like that's a great way to get stuck right now. And I'm not telling you what to do. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do. To me, it's just loose guidance at best. But what I would say is I feel like thinking that fixed things, kind of thinking that fixed energy is just going to slow things down. I think the more open to exploring like what is right for you, the better with that devil energy, for sure. Next, in the area of what you need to know at this time, you have this comfort card. It says your income is steady and living comfortably. So clearly your income could be rising. There's also these cards here. I don't know what these cards are called, but it also has something to look out for. And it says being too comfortable and playing life too safe is hurting your success. I literally said that I feel everything you want. I said this in 2021, I think it was, that I started saying everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. And this reading is definitely talking about that. So again, I would push it to the limits here. You also have learn how to honor and treat your body well. You have this fly card at the end. So I, of course, wouldn't be paranoid or worried about this, but, I would be kind of thinking about your health. We have Venus in Virgo right now as well. So, I definitely think that watching your health or looking at your health or paying attention to your health, treating yourself well. Empress is all about pampering yourself, taking care of yourself. Really good idea. You have the Judgment card, the Strength card, and the Two of Cups. I do feel something is trying to get your attention with the Judgment card. I'm just getting the word attention here. I don't know. How do I feel about this? I'm not sure, if I'm being honest with you here, Libra. It's like I feel like someone's trying to get your attention. It could be a Leo that's trying to get your attention. I don't know. I feel like this person, I kind of feel good about this. I feel like this is good if this is a person. I feel like maybe you're not giving a person attention. Maybe they're kind of trying to get your attention. You're not giving it. I feel like they're a little bit surprised. Maybe that's why I feel a little bit off about this. Maybe they're like, everybody gives me attention. So it could be someone who's got a little bit of a cocky side to them here. Although, I feel like it's a good person. So I wouldn't say this is a toxic individual or anything like that. For others, I do feel like you need to pay attention. Something is trying to get your attention here. But again, you might not be seeing it. The best example I can give you is to talk about myself. Sorry, but this channel. It's like when I started this channel, I was working on 20 other businesses at the same time, right? And it's like I never thought in a million years that this channel would grow to what it's grown to. And if I had known probably what it would be, I probably would have worked a lot harder in the beginning on the channel, right? Because I wasn't seeing it, I wasn't looking at it the right way, and I know that now, obviously, but. I kind of get that feeling for you where maybe you're kind of you have these ideas in work or business especially, but it could be in any area of your life. And I'm not going to say that it's easy. It would be easier for you to work on these other ideas or to work on the things that aren't, kind of glaringly obvious. Like it wasn't glaringly obvious to me that the channel would be successful at the time, right? And I kind of feel that for you where there could be some opportunities that maybe they don't stand out right away. And this feels like work or business to me. But again, I would just pay attention. I feel kind of your answer to this reading is the Strength card. Strength is a card of patience, obviously being strong. It's a card of being seen as being strong as well. She has her hands in the lion's mouth. So, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. And I feel you could be getting a lot of attention, but strength is kind of like one foot in front of the other, day by day work is what I would say here. And, I think my biggest mistake and what you could probably avoid here in this reading is when I started the channel, I wasn't at the very beginning, I wasn't actively trying to improve, right? Every single day. I wasn't doing one thing. And people always ask me, how'd you grow your channel so quickly? I'm like, well, really, it took 7 years. Number one, right? There are plenty of other readers that have way more subs than me in way less time, right? And so it took me 7 years, but it's like what got me unstuck is I just started doing tiny little things every single reading, every single day that I thought would be an improvement. Some things worked, some things didn't. Things that worked, I just kept doing. Things that stopped working, I stopped doing. And I kind of feel that energy here, not only with the Strength card, but also in the same diagonal, you have the Nine of Wands, which is a card of experimentation. Again, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. The funny thing is, it's like, a lot of my ideas that I would try, that were my ideas wouldn't work. It was kind of like sometimes the weird idea that I would hear while learning about YouTube or something from some random person that I would try that I didn't think was going to work, that worked, right? And then there are other things as well where everybody says, all the YouTube experts say, oh, these things don't work that work for me. So it's like you kind of have to just experiment. I feel like it's a time of experimentation for you with this Nine of Wands. And, to me, just the energy we're in right now is a great time for experimentation. But I feel like it's almost like you're curating good ideas in your life. And that's exactly what I'd be doing because it could lead to pretty much anything you want. Next, you have the Two of Cups. Definitely could be a Leo coming in for you if you're looking for love. I feel like you've had a Leo all up in your business for, I don't know how long, forever. Probably someone who's different than your usual type. These two are meant to look very different on the card. And so I do feel it could be just a different person. If you're not looking for love, the Two of Cups to me is you and your higher self. It's like, and also on the Judgment card, that the angel is your higher self angel. So I feel you could be kind of communicating with your higher self. Everybody's had very spiritual kind of higher self type energy in the readings this month, and that makes sense to me, especially with the retrograde. Could just be a great time to meditate, to journal, to do any of, whatever it is that you do to kind of connect. I would definitely do those things. You might get a lot of answers. With the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Wands. Definitely, I said announcement, definitely some sort of announcement. Whatever this announcement is, it's going to lead to quick movement in your life. I feel a quick decision is being made. I feel like you're the one that's making the decision, and it could be about love for some of you, especially if it's a fire sign that's coming in for you, or a person who has a lot of Leo in their chart or something going on here. I feel like they're like a little bit cocky, but not, like I said, not in a jerky way is what I would say. For others, I just feel there's a lot of success coming in for you very quickly. The thing is, I think when we do these 1% improvements or one improvement every single day like I do, it's like you'd be surprised how quickly things improve in your life. It's like, but I think the getting started is the hard part, right? Here you go. With the Strength card, you have the Moon card. This whole entire reading was basically about the moon. The moon is part of the Fool's journey. He just has to take one step every single day towards these mountains. Mountains in the tarot represent achievements. So I feel there's achievements coming in for you, but I feel like you need to get moving with this energy. Could also be dealing with the Pisces. I think you've had Pisces in your readings before. And so I do feel there could be a Pisces for you. With the Two of Cups, you have the Judgment card twice in this reading. Someone's trying to get your attention. It could be a person from the past, but I don't think it's an ex. I think it's just a person that maybe you've known or that you've dealt with or that you worked with, something like that. I really don't get ex back vibes here, with that Judgment card. The other thing that I'm getting here is if you're making a change with the Judgment card, they're inside their coffins. Inside the coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. So if you are moving, if you're changing jobs, going from one place to another, if you're making any type of change, maybe you're changing gyms, maybe you shop at the same store every week, maybe you're going to a different store, I don't know, could be anything. I feel there's a lot of opportunity in doing something new, just going on a new adventure, which we kind of talked about at the beginning of the reading. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Inheritance card, and you also have this Assertion card. I do feel with the King of Wands energy that you are very bold and assertive, which is exactly the energy I feel we should all be embracing at this time. Some of you could be receiving an inheritance, but again, if you don't know that you're receiving an inheritance, some people always tell me, am I related to the Queen of England? And, so I'm going to get an inheritance. I'm like, no, you would know about this. So if you don't know about this, then I would say that this could be you getting money that's been owed to you. I do definitely feel that. I said that at the beginning of the reading as well. I also feel that some of you, it's like 10 of Pentacles energy. I feel you could be building or leaving a legacy, which I believe is everybody's focus right now, because we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus really likes the nicer things in life, and that is not, it's not about materialism, as I always say with Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus might have not very many things, but the things that Uranus and Taurus wants to have, like if we do have maybe a few things, right, a few items that we own in life, that they're quality, that they're good, like not just junk, right? So it's all about like really quality, not materialism. And when we have quality things in life, I feel that we attract more quality experiences. We attract more quality people. So I feel that for some of you, you're kind of building or leaving a legacy with this energy, or you're focusing on that. The other part of this is like freedom with Uranus and Taurus. So some of you, obviously, if you're building or leaving a legacy, like building a business that supports you, or, you know, a side hustle or something like that, there's obviously a lot of success for you. I would definitely be as assertive as possible right now. You know, I've been talking about this all year. I think it's one of those years where fortune favors the bold, for sure. You have the Eight of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Again, it doesn't matter what shows up here. This is the good stuff in this row. So the Eight of Swords, as far as a good thing would be concerned, is it would tell me that you're setting yourself free, that you are removing yourself from situations where you have been stuck. You are seeing other ways of doing things in your life. Again, Eight of Swords can represent only seeing one way of doing things. So I feel like you're opening up to all ways. You have the Nine of Wands, which is a card of experimentation. So I feel that you could be experimenting, trying new things in life, and this is probably going to lead to a lot more success with the Nine of Wands. Also, if you want love, you know, Nine of Wands could say that you are open to love, that you're opening back up to the energy of love. And here you go, right here. You have the King of Wands. So I definitely feel there could be a fire sign or a fiery person coming in for you. I feel like it's someone very bold and confident, you know, very sure of themselves. I don't think this person was always this way, is what I would say. It's almost like, you know how I was saying that this person could be like cocky a little bit? It's kind of weird because I get this energy that they are cocky, but it's almost like they earned it. You know, I think there's a difference between, you know, a person who's cocky just being cocky and a person who's cocky because they can be cocky, right? It's like this person can back it up with receipts is what I'm getting here. So if you're attracting a bold person, I mean, you know, I don't know. I feel like as long as they can back it up, right, you know, who cares, right? The other thing I'm getting here is that I feel that you are kind of protected at this time. He has this salamander right here, and salamander's on his cloak. Salamanders represent protection from fire in the tarot. So they kind of represent being protected from taking risks. And I feel that for a lot of you, like if you're wanting to take a risk in business or work, that it would be a great time to do that. Let's see. With the Eight of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles here. I thought you had another Pentacle card for some reason. I guess not. You know, I don't know. Mercury retrograde, right? I'm making stuff up in my head. But what I would say here is, again, amazing card for money, especially in the good stuff. This, to me, he is a card of kind of doing things the same way, you know, over and over and over again. I'm at a loss for words right now. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but, you know, he kind of really focuses on stability and success in his life. And I feel you could be creating a lot of financial success right now. With the King of Wands, you have the Sun, Leo, again, like 4 times in your reading, at least. So definitely could be Leo, but a lot of happiness if there's a Leo coming in for you, or this could just be a person, you know, who has Leo in the chart. They could also, you know, I kind of also get the feeling here that this could just be a fiery person. You know, they might have like Venus in a fire sign. They might have Jupiter in a fire sign. They might have Mars in a fire sign. They probably have multiple planets, I would say, fire planets. So they could be any sun sign, but I don't know. It looks like a Leo to me. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Again, as far as the good stuff is concerned, I would say that you're making a decision. So there has been, you know, I think that like last month, I don't even know what last month was, but August, I think, but whatever. You know, I think that it was very indecisive energy in August. I actually feel like this month, people are very decisive. So in the area of the 5 things that you could be dealing with this month, you have opportunity or windfall on this carrot card. I definitely get more harvest energy here. So I feel like this is something that you're going to have to work for. For some of you, I feel with that inheritance card that you've already done the work. And remember what I said, if like someone owes you money or if a business owes you money or something along those lines, then I feel like this carrot card is saying that you could be getting the money. But you have that grapes card. The grapes in tarot represent something that kind of requires a great deal of skill to grow. But you have a lot of harvesting here. Empress. You have that King of Pentacles as well. He has grapes on his cloak on that King of Pentacles. And so I feel for a lot of you, that's what this is saying. You have this grapes card that says time to go out and have fun. Definitely time to celebrate because I feel like you've had your harvest. I'm kind of surprised that like the Three of Cups didn't show up here. But again, it could be Mercury retrograde. Sometimes I think during Mercury retrograde, maybe we feel like we just want to stay home or we want to rest and relax and recover. I definitely recommend that during retrogrades. Like lately, it's been taking me all day to just do like 4 readings, right? I've been super tired, like lazy, all that typical stuff. So what I would say is like, don't beat yourself up. Take your time. Do what you got to do, right? And don't like force things to happen. But I would say, socializing could be a great way to recharge. Next, you have this ladder. It says climbing towards success. And so there's a great deal of success. Like I said, every single sign that I've been reading for this middle of this month has had really great cards of success. So, and again, I've said to other people, I really feel like something has changed in the energy because if you asked me in August if I thought September was going to be good, I would have said no. Because I don't know, just intuitively I felt something was off. And so I don't know, like I've said to other people, I don't know if we've like switched timelines, if whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe. I don't know, something has changed here. Next, you have this ink pot. It says problems to be resolved. Again, Mercury retrograde. Pay attention to the details. If you're, be careful of signing things. As I always say, we shouldn't allow retrogrades to control our life. I've moved about 9 times during Mercury retrograde, right? You've all seen it over the years on this channel, all the moves that I do. And during retrogrades, like every single October I move, except for this year. But, what I would say is if you're signing something, make sure to double check it. If you're, if you're kind of moving into an apartment or something, make sure to check everything. It's like one time I moved during a retrograde, there was a problem with the electricity, right? But all the other times, I've never had a problem. Not, knock on wood, right? But what I would say is that, make sure to double check everything, and I feel like you'll be fine with that card. Next, you have this fly card. It says a period of ill health and depression. This is something I'd watch out for sure. I think that just based off the astrology, this is true for everyone. I would be doing things that kind of focus your positivity, but I would also be careful of your health with this energy as well. Yeah, you have this tent card. It says temporary situation. So, if you are kind of worried about your health or whatever, I am not a doctor, so do not take this as medical advice. But, I kind of feel this is saying that could be temporary. Pretty good reading here, Libra. Love it. So we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. For question number 1, I would say yes, King of Cups definitely could be love coming in for you. I feel like you need to watch your emotions. You have that moon card, the moon card and the moon card twice here. You have that learn how to honor your body and treat your body well. I would take care of your health for sure and your emotions. I feel, again, this has come up. I've just noticed for like everyone that, could be emotional. I'm shooting this the day after the Pisces full moon. I don't feel emotional today, but that could change, right? I'm a Pisces, but we're all emotional wrecks. And what I would say is, just watch your emotions. For question number 2, I would say yes, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, it wouldn't be a Libra reading without the Queen of Pentacles. There you go. You have the King and Queen of Pentacles. Definitely, if you're building something like a relationship, could be permanent. I would also say that you could be focusing on like permanent business, permanent work, career, whatever. And I feel it'll be very good for you. For question number 3, I would say yes. I kind of feel like this is a maybe. 6 of Pentacles to me is also kind of like throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. So I would be putting your energy into things and seeing what you get back from them and with that card. But overall, really good reading. Love it. So thank you for being here, Libra. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.